Let's talk about domestic labor and a problem with how other people might give you unwanted advice about how to address the imbalance in your system. One of the things that I've seen over and over on the internet with advice columns and therapists kind of suggesting that the reason there's an imbalance in the domestic labor in your household is because you're not asking just right. That you're not doing a good enough job asking in precisely the right way to get the results that you want. And I would argue that that is just fueling more perfectionism and placing more burden of responsibility on women. So I'm begging all of you, don't tell your friends and therapists, don't tell your clients to just ask. Most of the time when women are struggling because they're being left with most of the domestic work, they have asked in many, many ways. They've asked nicely, they've asked firmly, they have gotten angry. They have tried pretty much everything under the sun. And the other thing I would say is don't tell women not to ask because, you know, women are already feeling disempowered enough. We don't want to be giving bad advice to women about telling them that either they're not asking well or they shouldn't ask because they won't get the results that they want. Let's assume women maybe have been doing about the best job they could have been doing in terms of encouraging and requesting help within the family for equal partnership in domestic labor. And some women do get some traction and have partners who step up when they ask. And a lot do not. And there is not one formula to make this work. I would also argue that this is a huge problem. It's an economic, social, cultural problem that's been, around for centuries. And we have a significant issue with inequality of unpaid labor in domestic situations. And we're kind of putting additional burden on women to try to fix it within the privacy of their own homes with partners who likely have more power than they do. And it's really not fair.